That sucked. We got to move on and we got to move forward. We got 2 games at least left this season. I'm not sure because the freaking schedule might be glitched. Still looking okay for the prospects that we're looking at. Contender status drops to an A-, which isn't the end of the world. Stadium atmosphere drops for a big loss at home. Yeah. They're suffering the effects. And yeah, New Mexico State is next. We dropped from, what, number 3 to 14, so exactly amazing. We still have leftover points. What we can do now is schedule visits if we have time. And we do not, so nothing we can do recruitment-wise. In terms of the conference standings, like I said, I believe, of course, because we did 12 teams per conference, you know, we've learned our lesson to do 13. I don't think we're ever going to end up actually playing UTEP. I believe this is our actual final game of the year. Means 1 fewer conference games than we were supposed to have, but that's just a factor. As long as we win this, we should be okay. Mid-Tennessee State is ahead of us. For some reason, even though we have better point percentage, so. As long as we beat New Mexico State, we should be fine. We should still be in the conference game. But that seems like a pretty big if. If we can lose to Georgia State, if we can lose to Navy, we can lose this game. Absolutely. Let's do it. I'm obviously regretting that RPO against Navy heavily, but it looked open until it didn't. We got absolutely debated by that corner. Absolutely debated. Hopefully that's what we have to look forward to. No defense at all. All right. Let's do it. Please, please, please give us a no-touching victory. After what just happened, I really don't want to have to try and save the day, because saving the day is hardly a guarantee. I am no superhero. We're up 7-0 at the end of the first. Make it 14-0. 14-3 after a turnover. 21-6 at halftime. Better. Much, much better. 28-6. Yeah, I mean, this game should be over. So, a very unfortunate loss to Navy, but it does look like they're going to bounce back. Oh, yeah, in a big-time way. That's what we should be doing against lower-level competition. That's what it should be. 42-6 in a no-touching victory.
No touching! No touching! No touching!
No help needed, no detriments either. 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns for Brett Cole. Good job, boys. Good job. Good bounce back. Good bounce back. Just get us the hell out of there. Our eyes are set on the conference title. That game doesn't matter in the long run. We're focused on the task at hand, which is promotion. Again, I can't imagine we will actually end up playing UTEP. It'd be kind of broken if we did. Looking good for the recruits that we have left. Contender status back to an A. Raymond Gates was Conference Defensive Player of the Week with 1 sack and 3 tackles. Must not have been that many other games. Not that impressive of a stat line. Tavian Grant was the Conference Offensive Player of the Week with 8 carries, 47 yards, but 3 touchdowns. Way to go, Tavy. And there's the confirmation. Our first season in Conference USA. And we will have another crack at Mid-Tennessee State, who we did beat before earlier this year. It's Blue Moose versus Blue Raiders. Winner gets promoted. You'll love to see it. Our spot in the conference championship game confirmed. Got nothing left to do recruitment-wise until the portal opens. We will go through our final bye week. This is what this season was building up to. Conference title game as we miss out on Jimmy Tracy. Linebacker goes to LSU. There it is. Conference Championship week. So, of course, we will know who is promoted and who has been relegated. Get Mr. Tracy out of there, and now we still got 135 points left over, which is fine by me. Let's take a look, then, at everything that has happened this year. We'll start off with the conference standings and allow me to just quickly fix some stuff on my side, and we'll see how it goes. But for Conference USA, you can see how the standings went this year. Again, we have no relegated parties. Actually, that's a lie. We do have a relegated party, and that's UTEP. And I keep thinking of us. We were in independent status for so long that it's easy to forget. Again, just let me fix some stuff on my end here, because we had prepped for maybe a new challenge and elected to go back. So, you see what's going on here. Eastern Michigan just played everybody for the fun of it. There you go. There you go, there you go. So, Conference USA. USA. Let's see what we got going on here again. Give me a second to get all the old information ready and sorted. Ready and sorted. All right. I think with that, we're good to go. So in Conference USA, we will be playing, of course, as we know, Mid-Tennessee State. Winner gets promoted. Decent season for the likes of Eastern Michigan. Georgia State, of course, one of the two teams to beat us. But we will be advancing. I'm just going to mark down all these teams again, so bear with me. But we do know at the very bottom that El Paso have been relegated with a 1-9 overall record. Tier 11 independent status. Ooh, we need a tiebreaker between Old Dominion and Ball State. If they played, the winner moves on. Otherwise, it goes to point differential. Old Dominion's point differential this year was a plus 56. Meaning, of course, Ball State would be promoted on tiebreaker if these two teams did not play. So let's find out. Is it Old Dominion or Ball State? Check ODU. Ball State have been promoted by way of beating ODU 30-7 in week 1. So there you go. Ball State, the team that will be promoted out of the independent tier this year by way of having the best overall record. So shout out to Ball State. We'll have a soft spot for Ball State. We weren't there long. And I blame TeamBuilder being way too much fun. Even if it's not a complete product, it's still really damn fun. You guys obviously have a little bit more time to look. It kind of sucks we lost to Navy. Independent team. We're out of that conference, and we still lost to somebody. But what are you going to do? And then the team at the very bottom is Monroe, of course. All right. We move up to the MAC. Conference championship game. I'm actually not sure who it is between the three, but we do know that Miami have been relegated. Oh, Miami of Ohio have been relegated, and then it'll either be FIU, UMass, or Bowling Green for the conference title this year. We'll see. Hawaii, Western Michigan, South Alabama, and the relegated Miami of Ohio. South Alabama has the worst conference. Ooh, you're right, they do. Hold on. Controversy? Controversy, you're right. They played one extra game and paid for it. And that's normally how we've been doing it, because the scheduling can be a bit weird. Shout out to DMD. You just saved Miami. Because you're right. It's South Bama that are getting relegated. Good shout. Good shout. Yeah, Miami played one fewer game. And the decision, or indecision, worked out pretty well. Fair enough. Tier number 8 is the Sun Belt. And we'll see what that happened to look like this year. So Rice will play either Colorado State or Wake Forest for the conference title. We'll double check that in a minute. And relegation-wise, it's going to be Texas State off of overall record, who end up getting relegated. So, shout out to Texas State. End up getting relegated. Good for Coastal Carolina, though. They got promoted. Managed to maintain their position. But yeah, Texas State on overall record tiebreaker have been relegated rather than North Texas. We go to tier number 7, the American Conference. Conference title game will either be BYU, Northwestern, Kansas, whatever combination you prefer between those three teams. Couple of ranked teams in this conference this season, by the way. Love to see it. And of course, at the bottom, we have the very obvious relegation of Arkansas State. Arkansas State will be relegated to the Sun Belt with that 2-9 overall conference record. Tier number 6, the Mountain West. Conference title game will be either Rutgers, who are at the bottom, against either Oregon State or Mississippi State. We do not yet know. Relegated is Fresno due to one fewer game, and the extra wins. Again, there's nothing we can do. As we learned, 13 teams is better than 12 because this game has some scheduling glitches. Technically, I could change it in the middle of this, and I actually might. We'll see if we end up changing this to 13 teams per in the middle of this, because it is a better system. I'm writing down all these teams by finishing position for that reason, just in case we elect to expand it to 13 teams per conference this offseason, because it does work much better, and that's something we can control. In the Pac-12, it'll be Houston against either Illinois or K-State. I'd probably think K-State, but the California Golden Bears have been relegated. So we will keep that in mind. You got Houston, then Illinois, Kansas State, the Green Wave of Tulane. Love to support them. Stanford. Whenever people ask, hey, do you have a favorite college team? Yeah, teams that we've used in the video games. Love me some Tulane, love me some Wyoming, you know? Yeah, the California Golden Bears relegated for this year. That brings us to tier number 4, which is the ACC. UCLA as champions will likely take on Nebraska. Both teams rank UCLA the number 2 team in the country, so I mean, makes sense that they would be factored in. And then, of course, at the bottom, when talking about relegations, it's actually going to be SMU over Arizona because they played one more game than them, and they lost it. Arizona survive over SMU. Tier number 3, the Big 12. Conference title game will be number 3 ranked North Carolina against former national champions in this timeline, the Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's see, Auburn. I'm surprised Auburn. I mean, granted, they're not what they used to be, but I'm a little bit surprised they haven't been able to go on more of a run than they have. And yeah, relegated's Miami. So Miami's in free fall, right? That's 2 straight relegations for the University of Miami. 2 straight relegations. Rough times for them. Tier number 2, we have the Big Ten. Conference title game will be between Wisconsin and the USC Trojans. We also have LSU as a ranked team. Texas, by the way, middle of the pack. So this is the first time we haven't seen the Longhorns yo-yo right back up. And then relegated this year is Oklahoma State, obviously, with that abysmal record of 1-9 in conference. Oklahoma State have been relegated. And then in the SEC, the top tier, it'll be the Georgia Bulldogs against Michigan State for the conference title. And again, if we do elect to expand each conference to 13 teams, that'll be good news for the overall standings here. Shout out to number 1 in the country, Ohio State, at 7-4, by the way. We're not going to base it off of who made the conference title game. We're going to base it off of the standings, so there might be slight differences. Time will tell. But your relegated party this year, due to an extra loss out of conference, the Oklahoma Sooners have been relegated. Bama survive barely. So there you go. Shout out to Benny for the raid. Benny, welcome in. Appreciate that one, man. How'd the stream go? What were you up to? I'm always intrigued to know. CFB 25 makes sense, but I'm intrigued at what specifically. And again, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Okay, so we're good there. Updated there. Like I said, we might slightly change format in a minute. The top 25, of course, is going to be a little bit wonky. 7-4 Ohio State are currently number 1 because, again, strength of schedule is the most important thing, it looks like. Louisville don't have a great record, but they're up there. 7-4 for Clemson. Online Dynasty, fair. Fair. Ohio State's number 1 at 7-4. Yeah, can we look at their schedule from here? Let's go look at their schedule. Because, again, you know they were in the SEC, so you know that they're playing the best teams every single week. Beat Arizona, lost to Bama, Louisville, Oregon, Clemson, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Florida. I mean, yeah, they're playing, the best of the best, basically, every single week. Again, this game, they still haven't fixed it where strength of schedule looks like to be, king, essentially. Your Heisman favorites heading into conference championship week. DJ Vincent, quarterback at Georgia. Max Mama, sophomore wideout at Clemson. Teron Bourne, a junior wideout at Mizzou. UNC's junior quarterback, Quincy Rivas. And UCLA's senior quarterback, Demarcus Davis. Maximum Mama. One bad mamma jamma. All right, and then in terms of the stats at the end of the season, since the regular season is over, let's take a look at how our boys did this year, and then we'll take a look around the nation. Brett Cole, 3,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 9 picks. He threw most of them, not me. And then, of course, Bryce Frost, 1 for 1, 68 yards and a touchdown. Legend. Absolute legend. Rushing-wise this year, Tavian Grant, 600 yards, 7 touchdowns. Cole had 3 touchdowns on his own. And a couple of odd rushing touchdowns here and there. Great season, though, for Tavian Grant. Receiving-wise, reception king was LJ Young Jr. He also had 939 yards on the year. Well, look at that. Colt Simon. What a decision that was to move him from running back to wide out. 13 touchdowns this year as our starting slot option. Trayon Bell was up there, too, with 4. Oh, Frost is getting a statue, rest assured. On the O-line, shout out to right guard Brian Vega. No sacks allowed and 775 downs played. 8 sacks allowed, though, by 83 left guard Damian Green. So, O-line was good, but not amazing as a whole. Defensively, our tackle leader was James Couch Smith with 27-0 up there as well and 69 Midan. Sack leader with 9.5. 76 overall redshirt freshman Wall Walker, Texas Ranger. That's a player to keep an eye out on. You also had the freshman DT Gene Parmesan up there with 7.5. And our pick leader with 5 was the senior, 69 Midan. What a player. We're going to really miss him next year. Kicking-wise, Lincoln will not be winning Kicker of the Year this time out. 16 of 22, 2 blocks. I didn't miss any with him. I also didn't take as many as I should have with him. I'll go ahead and make that point. Nationwide. What do we got for the nationwide stats? Passing leader in terms of yardage was DJ Vincent at Georgia. Nearly hit 4,000. You also had DJ Bailey at Sam Houston and Riley Trujillo at UCF as the top 3. Look at that, though. The touchdown king. 50-6, dude, for DJ Vincent. You also had Shaden Crocker at Notre Dame, Ian Holiday at Clemson, and Lorenzo Paxson at Tennessee break 40. Why do I laugh like Lucille every time I see Gene Parmesan? It's a good name. It's a good name. Pick leader was also Riley Trujillo. 23 interceptions thrown. AKA me if I played every game of the season. Isaac Wilson and Henry Hasselbeck also up there. Rushing leader, the only guy to break 1,000 yards, the Ohio Bobcats senior running back Duncan Brune. Bruni. We're going with Brune. He also had 900 plus yards for Curtis Lamore at Washington. Wisconsin. What was Wisconsin? I was going to say Washington State. I'm like, that's not Washington State. It's Wisconsin. The touchdown leader with 13. UMass's Demarion Alberich. Shout out to UMass having a running game. You also had Emmanuel Chekwa for UTEP and Josh Hall. Thank you for having an easier name, Josh, out of App State. Reception king, Jesus Marion Hosa. This quarter length affects sim stats, yes. So you could argue higher, lower, what should it be, right? The reception king was Gabe Rotia. That's not very Mormon sounding. Congrats to Gabe with 87 receptions. He also had Matthew Hyatt up there at UAB. Yardage king, though, was Maximum Mama at Clemson with 1,500 yards. 20 touchdowns as well, which was tied for the nation lead with Spencer Whiteheart at Notre Dame. Blocking wise, no sacks allowed. Vega, you could argue, was the best O-lineman in the nation. Played more downs than Justin Tawanu. Most sacks allowed, though, was David Omanehu. Going with that at a Vanderbilt with 13 allowed and fewer downs played than Jimothy Lewis Sr. or Jr., I should say, who was a senior. Defensively, again, it's still not showing defensive linemen, but 109 tackles for Marco Vanderduz. The sack leader out of non-defensive linemen, 4.5 for Greg Fallon at Nebraska. And the pick leaders with 5, a bunch of people, including 69 Midan. Your kick leader, shout out to Trevor Goriage at Michigan State, who should probably win Kicker of the Year, if not James Kearns at Fresno State. So, there you go, the nationwide stats. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can make an argument as to, like, hey, should we up the minutes per quarter just to get the, you know, different sim stats, stuff like that, but we also don't want it to be too one-sided towards our team, you know? So there is that. So let's take a look, then, at the nationwide schedules, conference title games. We take on Mid-Tennessee State. It is K-State and Houston for the Pac-12, Pittsburgh and UNC for the Big 12. The MAC will be UMass and Bowling Green, Wake Forest and Rice for the Sun Belt. American is Kansas and BYU. Mountain West is Oregon State and Rutgers. Notre Dame and Georgia for the SEC. The ACC is Nebraska, UCLA, and the Big Ten is Wisconsin and USC. Fire coordinators, we are about to look into that now that it's time to handle our business. We kept these coordinators on for 1 extra year, accidentally. But I do want to take a look to see if there's someone who matches our setup even better. Again, both these guys are solid. You could argue that Neil Halen is actually a really good one to keep, especially with that Central Florida pipeline. However, man, he's also, he's speccing a little bit into that recruit. Actually, more than a little bit into that recruiting tab. Maybe we do want to keep him. That would actually be a tough guy to fire. Aguilera would make sense because he doesn't fit. Our secondary just sucks. Well, see, that's the other factor, right? If we look what he's speccing into for tactician, he's providing no boosts for the secondary. Maybe it is worth firing him for that reason. We need someone who fits a little bit better. Yeah, we're going to fire both coordinators. They're not bad fits, but we've also fired other coordinators that weren't bad fits. We're still looking to find that perfect option. But for now, it's our first ever conference championship game as we take on Mid-10. And again, we beat them earlier this year. But they are a pretty damn solid team, right? In terms of our depth chart, I do want to check. Actually, you know what? No, just run it. I don't care if we lose the bowl game. This is what matters. Even if someone's hurt, they're playing. Let's do it. Let's do it. The Blue Raiders versus the Blue Moose. Who? Conference championship game and no coordinators. It's a risk, but I'm confident. Famous last words. Who will get promoted out of Conference USA? Let's find out. And in fairness, if we do expand this, both of our teams would be promoted anyway. But this is at the very least for bragging rights. Again, if we decide to redo the conference games for the sole purpose of trying to rework how this game handles scheduling. 13 teams is much better than 12. We'll see what happens. The Blue Moose of TOUGLANE take to the turf at the Conference USA Championship game at State Farm Stadium. Here come the Blue Raiders. All right. All right. Pressure. Pressure here. Championship game. This is where we expected to be, but now we got to make the most of it. Getting here isn't enough. A loss would be an unbelievable setback, and we know we're not untouchable. We should be, but we're not untouchable. Probably not playing every second of every down, but I do want to take the opening kickoff with Colt. Just didn't have the speed to get to the edge. I mean, teams have damn good offenses. Fair enough. Here we go. First quarter of the conference title game. 7-0 TOUGLANE. 10-0 TOUGLANE. Make that 10-7 at the end of one. Okay, we couldn't quite get the separation we wanted. 14-10, Mid-Tennessee leads. 17-10, 17 all at halftime. It is a close game, which is not what we wanted to see. 24-17, 31-17. We need a drastic comeback attempt, especially when we have to punt here. Oh, boy.
And the returner decides to signal.
Oh, boy, do we need a comeback now.
Middle Tennessee offense back on.
That got out of hand out of nowhere. We were looking good until we weren't. Good knockout there. The clock is a major enemy of us now.
I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
Fires it.
Interception! Mall Walker, Texas Ranger. Just couldn't get to the end zone, but it's 1st and goal from the 1. He had an unbelievable season. He was our sack leader. And now he gets the interception as he drops from the D-line into zone coverage. I probably could have lateraled to a faster player, but you know me, I can't afford to risk anything, can I? Beautiful job by Mall Walker, Texas Ranger. And if we can pound this in from the goal line before the 4th, we should be okay. They're really stacking the line. We're going to go for the sting. And Grant is stopped. We head to the 4th. We need to score early here. We need to score early. We cannot let the clock wind down too much. Obviously, threatening to throw is a scary proposition, but I need to spread them out more to open up the line. There it is. There it is. Was never throwing that. Let's go. Tavian Grant is in, and we're back in the game thanks to the near pick 6 from Mall Walker, Texas Ranger. Our promotion dreams are not dead yet. Still, I missed this point after. All right. Oh, don't you love our Tiger mascot? Because you can't customize your mascot? Like, at least give me, like, BYU's fucking mascot. I don't even think they have one, do they? At least give me that one, so it fits the vibe of the team. Gonna return it. Trying to rip that ball out. We couldn't. He falls to the 20. We are going right back to that zone blitz. I'd rather have a Cougar than a Tiger. At least it's a blue Cougar, right?
See if they can get it going here. Handoff from the shotgun.
Ah, that was great hesitation by that running back. They kept kind of sizing him up.
That's exactly how you want to start this drive, working with the lead in the 4th quarter. Take as much time off this clock as possible. That's a great way to get this drive started.
Fights through the tackle.
3rd and inches here. Okay. Is Trish Stratus technically a Cougar now? I think so.
Really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Man, on an engage 8, we still let him get through. Fuck me. I was about to option out of it, too, because I'm like, they could really throw this. Fucking engage 8, and you motherfuckers can't make that stop. Are you kidding me?
Just keep working that.
And the Blue Raiders getting set on 1st and 10.
Go with Parmesan here.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Grab behind the line. It's Evans. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought
Scary stuff, man. We cannot afford to let them score.
with the lead, but instead they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks.
Zone blitz is not working to stop the run.
They make the tackle, but that's an excellent game.
I don't know what to do to stop him here. Because we sent the house before, and that didn't stop him.
And they'll go right back to him on 1st down.
Shit.
Stopped after gaining 4 yards, so 2nd and 6.
And I like the
Wiz,
run
we
play
need to
here.
stop here.
At this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first.
We need to stop.
Also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off.
Come on. Somebody's got to be able to complete a tackle.
Picking up the 1st down.
Boy, as a head coach, you preach 4th quarter offense all year long. The importance of being able finish out a game. This is a great example. They have secured this football, this drive. They've been able to convert on third downs, and they keep moving.
Let's go. There we go. That's the big play that we needed. Slight hesitation from the QB. We finally get to him. They're still at the 26. They got to be in field goal range, but there we go. That's what we needed.
Faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. They'll use that running game, trying to
Get him. Get him. And obviously a field goal would put us down by 10. Very much not ideal.
You're thinking about working that clock
But
and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
Now it's 3rd and short with 21. Defense trying
see what we can do.
to
Shout the young bag chaser for the follow.
throw for the first down. Takes the catch. Can he get in? And he will score. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee State. This passing game is on.
Our defender got torched. He got absolutely torched.
On the line he's delivering.
Yeah, he's in sync right now with his wide receivers, but man,
We're going to lose the one game that mattered the most this year, aren't we?
what world are they thinking? You can't just
They beat Mid-Tennessee State earlier this year.
You've got to be able to put pressure on him, or he's going to continue to throw.
But we're going to lose the one game that really mattered. The only thing that's going to save us is if I, in fact, change the conference setup, because it does make more sense, but I would have done that probably regardless. At the same time, this is going to hurt our prestige, losing this game. I mean, we got to pull a miracle out of our ass here.
The kickoff will bounce right through the end zone.
We need a quick strike.
And out comes the offense set to take over.
A very quick strike.
First play of the drive now from the 25. First down. They're going to throw the football. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play.
I'm glad it was incomplete. I mean, there just wasn't anybody there.
One thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
Dropping back. It's Cole. And he's hit just before the throw.
Got knocked out.
Incomplete. He was hit.
Dude, the amount of knockouts they get's insane.
Down coming up. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion.
No,
right now.
motherfucker, it was supposed to be a lob. That's it.
He's got some open
That's it. It was supposed to be a lob. I don't know if my fucking button got stuck or what, but
Trying to work themselves back
That's
into
it.
this game here.
we're going to lose the conference title game. It also doesn't help that guy is like, hey, we're going after 47. LOL, JK, debated. But we tried to put it over his head and we couldn't.
And the defense comes
We're
up with
cooked.
a big turnover that could be the nail.
We are absolutely cooked.
Here comes the Middle Tennessee offense back out there.
I don't know how the hell they struggled so much against mid-10, but they did.
They pick up 4. So
We're done.
2nd down and 6 coming up.
Man, just
We are done.
really in a nutshell. They get this football back.
Pick 6, they're not going to throw the ball, but we do have to force a fumble or it's absolutely over. I mean, we're down by 2 scores now.
Ball, but over. Now the offense just
Did what I could to try and get the comeback here, but
Now it's 2nd down.
they put us in too far of a hole.
It's a quarterback keeper. And the senior able to
I
make
can't afford to burn the timeouts either.
Well, that's the risk you take as a coach running this style of offense. And really, as a quarterback, you know that there's a chance you're going to get hit like that. And boy, did he get annihilated by
Gotta
this
let them waste the
defense.
time in case we
That he
force a
got
turnover here. I mean, we're already down by 14. Field goal, though, makes it a 3-possession game.
caught near the goal line.
Our secondary apparently can't hang with their wideouts.
Gain in the pitch and catch.
I don't know how the fuck he caught that with our guy having a hand in like that.
down. This guy's been making plays all game.
Their defense made the plays that ours didn't. That's what it comes down to.
Looking to punch it
This
in
game
here.
is over.
Goal. They'll try to run it in.
One more touchdown.
Fights his way in for the score.
Losing the battles in the secondary, losing the battles on the line. I couldn't save it.
Position, and that didn't take long at all, Kirk.
Made it worse, if anything, although
Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking
tough
for
comeback spot anyway.
looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense group.
Mid-Tennessee State's going to win Conference USA.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle.
That sucks, dude.
Kick bounces out of the back.
So much for this team being OP. Yep, no kidding. No kidding. I mean, Mid-10 is a good team, but I don't think we should have been trailing by as much as we were heading into the fourth quarter.
Caught over the middle. It's Grant.
Hey, there's the execution. It's been
We'll play it out. Play it through.
You know, you try to do everything that you can to learn and try to build for
That's a bummer, man.
And at this point,
That's a bummer. We should have been better than this.
Love to see the offensive coordinator still giving this quarterback opportunities.
He just did not show up. Great throw by the QB.
That's a good effort there. But now it's third down.
What a bummer.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Catch made on the out route. It'll head out of bounds, but not.
What a bummer. All that work. This might cost us a playoff spot, too, if our record's bad enough. Obviously, we don't have the best like strength of competition or anything. Greenwood can't hold on to it. That's a ridiculous tackle animation, though. The knockouts that they get is crazy. It's so one-sided.
There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot.
How the fuck, man? Are you kidding? Okay, man, I might take it off a Heisman because that's cheap as shit. That's a possession catch. Come on, dude. That's cheap as shit. There's no fucking way, dude, that he doesn't come down on a possession catch. This last-second diving effort knocks it out. Come on, man. Every single contested catch gets knocked loose. It's nuts. Like, eventually my guy's going to be able to come down. We're dead. Great blocking, boys. Great blocking. Yikes. Absolutely embarrassed. We got absolutely embarrassed today, didn't we? Definitely seeing a little bit more cheap shit. Like, I do the right catch type. He has distance.
Needs a completion here on fourth down. There's contact.
Most drawn out pass animation I've ever seen. Mid-Tennessee State win the Conference USA title 45-24.
Big expectations today, Kirk. They just fall short. Couldn't get it done.
That sucks. That sucks. We definitely had a back to reality moment this year. This kind of sucks. Like, really, like a secure catch. Yeah, at the end of the game's already over, and you still can't give me that catch. Like, really? But Mid-Tennessee State get their revenge. We beat them in the regular season. They beat us now. Right, I'm British. I've decided I'm going to an Orlando game when I visit. The only one I can go to is versus Brigham, Utah. Isn't Utah full of freaks? I mean, BYU is a very Mormon-heavy school. I don't know if they're freaks for being Mormon. Not Scientologists, you know? Yeah, 265 yards of total offense to 457. Not a great game for Cole, not a terrible game, but it was very clear our defense struggled. Our running game, dude, was non-existent. We didn't run the ball. For whatever reason, we just didn't run the ball during the sim. We ran the ball 12 times today. So it was just Cole. I know we're on the air raid, but that's the least amount of rushing attempts I've seen from us all season. For whatever reason, we just decided no running game necessary, and clearly that didn't work. Someone told me to Google soaking. Should I? You should. You should. Soaking's hot. 9-3 overall, guys. 9-3 overall. We lost that conference title game. Maybe we, I don't know, maybe we hold off of the season. Maybe I bump up Eastern Michigan. I don't know. Small Walker was the conference player of the week. Damn, dude. And now we have the fictional game against UTEP. Again, I have to change to 13 teams. I have to. We just don't get what comes along with having one. But yeah, this fictional week 16. We go to 13 teams per conference. It fixes it. We're just going to sim that game because it's literally... It doesn't matter. It's a fictional game. Did we make the playoffs is the question. DJ Vincent, Georgia's junior quarterback, no surprise, wins the Heisman. Recruit tab maybe OP, but the team doesn't sim well. They sim well, they don't sim excellently. No playoff game as we draw the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers in the Bahamas Bowl. Our third straight trip to a bowl game. We are 1-1 in that time after losing the conference title. Pretty sure that cost us a playoff spot. We absolutely have to win. Like, this is a must-win. The team has to win this bowl game, or finishing with a 9-5 record's not going to be great. But yeah, Western Kentucky is up. We'll take a look then at who did make the college football playoffs. It'll be Wisconsin against Louisville. Winner plays Notre Dame. Ohio State and Hawaii at 7-5. What the fuck? We lost to UTEP in the fictional game? Great. Winner plays Virginia. UCLA, Michigan. Winner plays K-State. North Carolina and LSU, with the winner playing Washington State. So obviously some interesting underdogs still there. But, yeah, apparently we lost to UTEP in that fucking fictional game, which isn't fictional. It still counts as a loss. We lost 9-3. Nope, they were 9-3. We lost 24-18. I would have rather lost 9-3. We lost to a 9-3 team, or a 3-9 team. That's great. The wheels are falling off for TOUGLANE here at the end of the season. We get offers to be a defensive coordinator at Penn State and Memphis, and a head coaching job with West Virginia, but hey, that'd be my chance to be a tier 4 team, but we're not taking it. Not worried about early national signing day. Am worried about coordinators. Who's out there as an OC? We got Vince Rout, spread offense. We got the pistol for Mike Good at Kennesaw. And the air raid for Rashawn Lindsay. Now, Rashawn Lindsay, level 19, has a South Georgia pipeline. Metro Atlanta for Mike Good, and then Central Florida for Vince Rout. It's going to come down to talent trees. What's Vince Rout's talent tree? I don't want someone spec'd into recruiter. We're powerful enough there. We need help elsewhere. What's Mike Good looking like? Also has points in recruiter. I mean, mostly in motivator. Yeah, Rout was pretty heavily into recruiter. So Rashawn Lindsay. Kidding. Rashawn Lindsay looked to have been the most well-rounded. Mike Good was spec heavily into motivator. I mean, motivator would help for the extra XP to make the team better. I think it's going to be Rashawn Lindsay. Or Mike Good. See Rashawn Lindsay? Yeah, with how spec'd into tactician he is, we're going to need those boosts. So we're going to offer Rashawn Lindsay a job this year. He's still not the perfect fit, but he'll do. And then for defensive coordinator, we don't have a single guy that runs 4-3. That fucking blows. Big Apple pipeline for Mike Robinson will certainly help us with proximity to home. What's that talent tree look like? Also spec heavy into tactician. Go for Mike Robinson at a Bowling Green. So downgrade on the coordinators. The gamble did not pay off. We lost the conference title game. And now the final college game. Oh, man. From Michael Roderick Jr., James Couch Smith, Tavian Grant, Colt Simon, George Lincoln III, Ben Laney, LJ Young Jr., Trayan Bell, John Decker IV, DeMarvin Holland, Andrew Spanway, Damian Green, Isaiah Crowder, Grant Huff, Draymond Gates, Jermaine Houston, 69 Medon, Bryce Frost, Chris Ellinger, and TBTT, as well as Elijah Greenwood Jr. This might have been our best chance at the playoffs for a while. We might actually take a step back next year. That could very well happen. Western Kentucky against number 11 TOUGLANE in the Bahamas Bowl. Overalls are close, 86-84. We need a win here. We need a win. Absolutely. Recruitment class is looking good, though. We got a bunch of top-notch talents coming in. Let's see if we can end this season on a victory. I mean, again, normally we wouldn't get promoted. I am going to have to either boost us up or Eastern Michigan if we want to say that we didn't earn it. That's okay. I'll leave that up to you guys. Because technically we didn't earn it, but I do need to adjust conferences to 13 teams per. I also forgot to check the conference champions. We'll have to do that soon. But let's see if we can win the Bahamas Bowl first.
The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers taking on the 11th ranked team in the land.
Give Frost the final. Yeah. We do need to win this game, so I do need to run with the highest rated quarterback, but there's a good chance we'll get Frost a couple of opportunities. I want to start supporting a team from the UK. I want to support a team that's got a good chance playing red and are slightly above average. Nebraska. You explain the 13-team logic. So with 12 teams, obviously more often than not, you get scheduled with 12 games. We only have a mandatory amount of games as 11, so it's glitching out some schedules sometimes. If we put it to 13, you're guaranteed to play the 12 other teams in your conference every year, and that way the schedules shouldn't be glitchy. So. All right, boys, you could not get it done against Mid-Tennessee, but can you get it done against Western Kentucky in our bowl game? Again, we are 1-1 all-time in bowl games, and we are now down 7-0 at the end of the first quarter here. And we're down 21-17 at halftime. Not great. We've fallen off the last couple of weeks. 28-17. We're going to take over here, man. We do have the ball at our own 20. Last play of the quarter. We're down 28-17. And 51 couldn't hold the block. Another comeback effort is needed. We have fallen off at the end of this season between losing the bowl game or losing the conference title game, and now looking like we might lose the bowl game as well. That's going to be 4th down. I thought we could get him. We have to go for this. We have to go for this. I thought they were going to be in a more
stopping the run game. Boy, have they
different set, I should say.
And answered that challenge.
They're throwing for it on 4th down.
Dude, fuck off. Dude, Heisman's a bit cheap, dude. That's a catch on All-American. Come on, dude. Come on. Really? It's a fucking... It's a secure catch. It's in a good spot. Like, I guess if you want to say it comes down to, like, his catch rating, because he didn't... Like, right here, he's already dropping towards the turf, and then gets sucked in an animation where he stays on his feet. That's cheap, dude. That is cheap. Well, we're fucked. I just gave them great field position when we're already down by 11. But I definitely got cheesed on that. Absolutely got cheesed. Wide open touchdown. We cannot play defense. We can't play defense. We can't play defense on All-American. This team can absolutely not play defense on Heisman. They just stand there. They just fucking stand there. I don't know if you're arguing if it comes down to attributes or not. Look at this fucking safety, dude. Where's he going? Where is he going? Jumps up way too late. What are Laney's stats? Does he just actually suck, or are we getting cheesed here on this difficulty? Because that's not cool. That's not cool. The second the corner got beat, he should have been stepping up into that space because the other guy was covered. 81 awareness. The hell was your zone coverage? 81 awareness, 79 play recognition, 84 zone coverage. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. I don't need the bragging rights of like, oh, I'm playing on highs. Oh, good, I can't change it. Well, we lost this game. GG's. We're going to lose the conference title game and the bowl game. That's not difficulty, that's cheese. That's cheese. Between the constant drops on secure catches, if there's any bit of contact, and my safety having no idea what the fuck's going on, I don't mind difficulty. That's cheese, though. That's just unfair. I know some people have had good experiences with Heisman. Not me. Clearly. He's standing in the dairy aisle, correct. Alright, well, this game's over, but we'll play it out. Might as well start Frost. We're not going to be able to come back. Our O-line cannot block. I might as well just sim the rest of this. It's only going to stand to get me frustrated. That was our 91 overall right guard and our 88 rated center that just got mauled by presumably an 81, maybe a 70. They do have an 88 on one side and an 85 on another. But so much for ratings mattering, because Jesus Christ, our O-line just got killed.
I gotta give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have.
Dude, just throw the ball. What the fuck? What is that drawn out animation? It's not even a hard throw. It's halfway between a lob and... Fuck, dude. Come on. We're dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna sim it, dude. I'm just gonna sim it. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. For whatever reason, you go up to Heisman, my O-line can't block anymore. Nobody can hold on to a pass. My defense, even my higher rated dudes, don't know how to play defense. So, we'll lose these two games. That's okay. We'll go 1-2 in bowl games. That's fine. We'll lose the conference title game. That's fine. But, yeah, Heisman is not fun at all. At all. I like a little bit of a challenge, but man, that's not a challenge. That's cheap. That is cheap as hell. God damn. Good for Tucker Parks, though, throwing 5 touchdowns today. Yep, we managed to lose the conference title game and now have a losing record in bowl games. What a season for a team that we thought might be too overpowered for the lower tiers. Apparently not. Apparently not. God damn.